This is Newscene 15 at 10 with Jeff Boucher, Amy Carlson with the weather, and Mike Heller, Highlight Sports.
Good evening. The U.S. is preparing tonight to beef up its forces in Panama. A Pentagon source says 2,000 additional troops will be airlifted there in the near future. Sources say the extra troops are needed to help quell continued looting and sniping. Noriega remains at large tonight, and officials say it's now clear U.S. troops will be there another week and probably longer. They say it may take 10 more days for American troops to completely control Panama City. And although there were sharp exchanges today, no additional deaths on the American side. In fact, the Pentagon lowered the death toll from yesterday from 21 to 20. 202 U.S. servicemen have been wounded so far. The Pentagon's accounting of Panamanian casualties: 122 military killed, 45 wounded. American forces are also holding almost 1,500 Panamanians prisoner. And as for the hostages, the Pentagon says that CBS News producer John Meyerson is the only one still being held. A Defense Department spokesman says that Meyerson is high on the list of priorities in Panama. And as U.S. troops try to restore peace to the city, looting continues everywhere. Robert Hager reports.
This is what law and order looked like on the streets of Panama City today. Looting continued everywhere. Television sets, mattresses, even a refrigerator. A huge crowd raced into the street with clothes from this store. And everywhere the streets were littered. The new president and his aides were reported at work, but basic services in this city don't exist. Water is a big problem. All over the city, water mains are broken, and there are no public works crews to fix them. Ambulances race to hospitals with the injured, but hospitals are running out of medicine and other supplies. Residents are turned away from their neighborhoods. 5,000 to 8,000 are crowded into a high school stadium, camped out, their homes destroyed in the fighting. Food at the camp is running low, and sometimes the campers have to dodge firefights. A looted police car, symbolic of what's left of the Panamanian police force. In Washington, U.S. General Tom Kelly of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
So we want to restore law and order, build a police force, take care of emergency food distribution, establish a night watch, and we're doing that with helicopters that have searchlights on them.
Still more U.S. troops are to be sent into Panama City to sweep through block by block. But so far, not a lot of progress has been made.
As the looting and fighting continues in Panama, there's a bloody revolt in Romania tonight. Romania's strong-arm ruler Nicolae Ceausescu is reported to be under arrest after being toppled in the revolt. So far, hundreds of people are reported dead on top of the thousands killed in a week of protest. Reformers in Romania say they've assumed control of the government and plan to keep it that way until free elections can be held.
Sir, this is one of the few businesses that doesn't advertise in the GTE everything pages. Why is that?
Well, this is Mom's restaurant. And this is Mom. She's a great cook. But if I advertised in the book people actually use, this place would be packed. And I don't think either one of us wants that on our conscience. Do we?
Businesses that want to be successful advertise in the GTE everything pages. Those that don't.
Christmas shopping time is running out.
You're looking for last-minute miracles, and Main Appliance could be your one-stop source.
You don't have to run around town to get the right gift.
Get a CD player for only $87, or a Magnavox 13-inch color TV with remote, just $187, and a cable-ready VHS VCR with remote, just $177. So shop Main and leave the last-minute running for the reindeer.
You bet.
They really beat the giant. You bet.
The Brothers Maine.
3 beers and a Diet Cola for the driver.
Right away. You know, this designated driver program is a really great idea. These people choose one person to be the designated driver, the one who doesn't drink anything alcoholic.
That's me.
The designated driver gets free soft drinks while they're here. It keeps the group away from dangerous driving and helps avoid a drunk driving conviction. And for me, the poster says we care. It tells my customers we want them safe and ready to come back again. Like I said, it's a great idea.
A message from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
If you missed Sportsline last Sunday, you not only missed the best Packer postgame report in town, you missed UW Athletic Director Pat Richter's first extensive interview.
My approach on this as a defensive coordinator is maybe your best coach.
Ed Garvey's challenge to Donna Shalala on Don Morton's buyout.
It's very hard to figure out who you're supposed to negotiate with.
And a chance to vote for your favorite Wisconsin sports team of the 80s. Don't miss the next Sportsline, Sunday following Newscene 15 at 10.
Firefighters are still at the scene of a barn fire near DeForest tonight. The fire broke out about 6:30 this evening at the Dennis Kelly farm. When firemen from 3 different departments arrived, flames were shooting up through the roof of the barn. All of the feed went up in flames and several hogs were killed. It's not known what started the blaze. There were no injuries and no dollar estimate is available. Earlier today, fire struck a farmhouse north of Stoughton on Rindon Road. The fire caused extensive damage and firemen had to battle both the intense heat and the extreme cold. When firefighters arrived on the scene, it was soon apparent there was little hope of saving the Jacobson Homestead farmhouse. The blaze took its toll on firefighters as well, as McFarland firemen had to be called in to relieve exhausted crews. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And this morning, a fire broke out on Madison's west side. Becky Liscombe reports.
Ken O'Neill told fire investigators he was thawing frozen pipes this morning with a propane torch, but the heat got out of hand. Fire traveled through the wall and up into the attic. The family watched as firefighters tried to control the flames. Crews managed to save the Christmas tree and the presents underneath. But in all, the fire and water damage is estimated at $60,000. The cold weather is bound to cause problems in other homes. The fire department issues a warning about trying to thaw frozen pipes.
There's definitely a degree of danger to it. You have to be extremely careful. I recommend that you should probably, in this weather, let your taps run a little during the night and during the day.
The frigid air is hard on firefighters.
Some of our equipment, especially our air bottles, the valves froze up, had to be thawed through an exhaust system on one of our vehicles so we could refill them because we did go through a lot of air.
The family was invited to stay with friends and neighbors this holiday weekend. It will no doubt be a Christmas to remember. Firefighters have a seasonal message. Be careful, they say, because they don't want to be invited to your house for the holidays. Becky Liscombe, Newscene 15.
The deep freeze continued today with record lows in more than 125 U.S. cities. The mercury is not only dropping here, but in the south as well. NBC's Roger O'Neill reports.
With only hours left before 20-degree temperatures hit the strawberry fields in central Florida, pickers are rushing to get some of the crop harvested. This is the first picking of the season and the most profitable for farmers.
I could lose $1 million. A hard wind would take my bushes. I'd get no more berries for the rest of the year. I'd be wiped out.
Vegetable fields in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas have already been abandoned. Growers there are trying to save their citrus trees. With temperatures expected to drop below 20 tonight through Sunday, losses there may be as high as a killer freeze 6 years ago. It even snowed in Houston this morning. The first snow there in almost 5 years. There's enough wood in Atlanta to keep everyone warm, but not enough time to saw it up into firewood. Foot-numbing cold in Boston this morning, a wind chill of -32. Too cold to stop to help this bell ringer. In Philadelphia, steam vents helped some street people. The only heat some homeless men in Tennessee got was from a coffee cup.
All right, brother. Okay. God bless you, man. Okay. Y'all be warm tonight.
Okay. More than 50 people have died from the cold across the country this week. Utility companies are reporting record demands for power. In parts of Kentucky, West Virginia, and Ohio today, there was no power. With 128 cities reporting record low temperatures this morning, even the penguins in the Knoxville Zoo said no thank you to going outside. The cold will continue through Christmas. Roger O'Neill, NBC News.
And Amy, you know it's cool when you try and get antifreeze out of your trunk and you lift up on your luggage rack and it snaps off into your hand.
I understand it happened to you. Well, it's cold out there, but it looks like our temperatures will warm up maybe a little bit tomorrow. I'll have all the details after this.
The sounds of the season on Joy FM 107.
Houseman Jewelers leads Madison for fine quality jewelry, leading with Hublot, the Swiss watch ranked among the finest in the world, leading with Italian gold chains, only $16.90 a gram. Don't pay more. Leading with a full-service repair center, so your cherished jewelry never leaves our stores. Come in today. We'd like to show you what customer service is all about.
Houseman Jewelers.
This Christmas, choose from 300 quality rugs at the Flooring Outlet Center inside American TV. They start at $13. Use your American charge at the Flooring Outlet Center.
Buy South Central Wisconsin First sponsors are passing the buck. Bonus bucks, that is.
We'll pass you a bonus buck equal to the amount of your purchase up to $1,000.
Use these bonus bucks to bid on merchandise at the WMTV tele-auction in March.
Collect as many as you can because only bonus bucks can be used for bidding.
So remember, it makes sense to pass the buck when you buy South Central Wisconsin First.
Buy South Central Wisconsin First.
This is your last chance to get 2 chairs for the price of 1 at Comfort Shop's Giant 2-for-1 sale. Get 2 recliners for $198, 2 swivel rockers $168. Comfort Shop, east across from Parman Fleet and west on Mineral Point Road at the Mountain Line.
I'm Bill Shaw from the camera company, and we have an awareness problem.
John Well.
Bill Shaw from the camera company.
Oh, what do you sell? Low-res.
And Fox.
Bill Shaw from the camera company.
Madison. Sally.
The camera company has the lowest prices on camera equipment, 3 stores in Madison, and nobody knows it. Here comes my neighbor, at least he'll know.
Phil, how is the insurance business? Good, good.
We have an awareness problem.
The camera company, friendliest people and the lowest prices in town. State Street Square and Odana Road.
If you're planning on some holiday travel this weekend, the roads are clear, including most of the interstates in our area. But because of the extremely cold temperatures, it's a good idea to let a friend or relative know your travel plans and the route that you'll be traveling. Here's a look at the highs around the current temperatures. The temperatures at 9 below right now, wind chill of -27. The skies are clear. Winds from the northwest at 8, the humidity at 67%, and the pressure at 30.78 and rising. Now here's a look at today's highs around the state, and you'll see La Crosse only reached 7 below today. Eau Claire was next with 3 below. Rhinelander 2. Down here in Madison we were at 1. Milwaukee at a balmy 7. All of these temperature readings are about 30 degrees below normal, so you can see what a difference we're at right now. Here's today's satellite picture. Not a whole lot going on aside from the storm down here through Florida. But as you watch, because of the high pressure that settled in through most of the country, most of the skies were clear. We'll take another look at the storm down in Florida on the radar, and you'll see that most of it has become so much more